Alright, we have here today a Marlin 39A short, long, and long rifle. And not just any 39A, but a Marlin golden 39A. You can actually still see the gold print there on the barrel. This is obviously a JM stamped Marlin. You can see the gold trigger there. It's also got the original JM hammer there, if they would focus. This one's got a scope mount up on her. We're not going to use that today. And it still has the hooded ramp there. So this is an older boy here. If I can find any info via the serial number, I'll throw up the rough production date. But she's all original. Stock has been refinished, but it was done pretty nicely. Pretty good shape overall. There's just the smallest little blemishes here and there. Little tiny marks on the wood. Little tiny marks on the barrel. But overall, she's in great shape. And I want to give my buddy Andrew a big thanks for loaning it to us today for the review. Got some shorts, longs, obviously long rifle we'll put through it today. Just start out here on the pistol bay, hit some of the steel. Don't be surprised, 22 long rifle, especially the shorts and the longs, won't have enough power to knock most of these over, but generally if I get a pretty high hit, some of them will fall over for us. And then we'll take it down to the rifle range, and I'm hoping to get it out to at least 200 yards. I'm going to start out with some shorts here. I got two different types. This one is target short, 29 grain, advertised 830 feet per second. And this is a 24-inch barrel on the dot. There's 25. I think it would hold about 26, 27 clear to the top there. Come on. There we go. Okay. See how loud this is without ear pro there. And that guy doesn't want to feed. Come on. I'll try to cycle the next one first, but I always tend to try to be easy at first because I don't want to like go real hard and fast if it's going to jam, you know, and smash lead up or anything like that. But I know some people are going to say, should have ran the action smoother, so we'll try that next after I get this one to feed through before I smash it up. Alright, so it was feeding a little too high. I just kind of helped it in with the screwdriver there carefully. And I tried to run it faster there as you saw, and still no go. Yeah, these are just not wanting to feed. So, don't know how well you guys can see that, but it's basically, the feed angle is a little too high. The nose of the bullet is facing too far high. The chamber is just a little bit lower there. So I remember when I had a Marlin 981T, I believe it was. It held 22 shorts with a 22-inch barrel. So I don't think putting 25 in this with a 24-inch is overloading it. I'm going to try a few more. I'll just keep coaxing them in there. Yep, still does not want to feed. Yeah, that is extremely quiet though. And yeah, I think we're below 20 in the magazine now, and it is just not going to feed these shorts. So I'm gonna go ahead and get the rest of those out of there since it doesn't like them. And I believe with the tube feed, you still got one down in here even though you dump them out. Nope. Not on this one at least. Let me try to put just one in there. And yeah, same problem. Feeding too high, so not sure what's going on there, but she does not like the shorts. So let's try some of the longs then. 22 long. Got 4 right there we'll put in. These are pretty high performance longs. They're 1200 feet per second with a 29 grain bullet. Same thing, feeding high. Hopefully it'll feed the long rifles then. So let's try some of these long rifles, see if it'll feed these. I don't really have confidence that it's going to feed them, but they are obviously longer, so hopefully they'll feed for us properly. Yeah. Alright, she'll at least feed the long rifles, it appears. Spoke too soon. If I feed it very slow, it'll feed the long rifles. So obviously something's going on with her there. She should feed the shorts, longs, and long rifles no problem. The long rifles are only feeding if I do it very slowly. You can see there on the barrel it's marked short, long, and long rifle. So something's going on with her there, but at least it'll halfway decently feed the long rifles as long as I run the lever slow. So that'll work well enough for us to go down to the rifle range and shoot at 100 and 200 yards with the irons. Maybe do a little group printing, see what kind of accuracy we can get out of her. But yeah, something's going on with this one. I'll hit a few more of these steel out here. I'll aim at the top of these, and actually I should print a little group on something to see where my point of aim is. But let's see if we can knock some of these over real quick, and I'll take it down to the rifle range. So clearly we're low left down there. I was aiming dead center. But grouping pretty nice for 100 yards down there. I'm going to raise the rear blade up a few notches and see if it brings it, at least the elevation correct. Yep, pretty close. So it's just slightly off to the left. Keep in mind, I wasn't going for precision or anything. I was just putting that front bead sight pretty much just dead center of the plate and pulling the trigger with nothing fancy. So I'm sure with a scope I could cut that group at least in half. Probably better though. And that's up there on the second to last notch. So last notch might be about dead on 125, probably a little low at 150. So at 200 we're definitely going to be low on the top notch. And that's using this Aguila high velocity 1255 advertised feet per second. Alright, I got her moved out to 200 yards there, see if we can get some hits. I think I did have a 20-inch plate up because I was shooting my 25-06, but this is now a 16-inch plate at 200 yards, so a little bit smaller. Highest notch on the ramp, and I'm still going to aim over it. Check the footage real quick, but I'm pretty sure those are hitting a little right, which is interesting considering we was just left. Okay, well I thought it was right because that's the way the dust was going, so you guys should have been able to see it pretty clear there. It was going right under it. It's just, I was aiming over it by about a foot, but it's still low, so I gotta aim higher, and it's a little difficult because I literally cannot see the target because I'm aiming completely over it. Too high, of course. Alright, I'm going to quit while I'm ahead there. Like I said, I can't even see the target, so not too bad. 4 in a row, 200 yards. I would do excellent with a scope on that thing, but yeah, you can take 200 yard shots out there, no problem. It's just, you got to get your holdover right. That'll do it for the review, guys. My phone's dying, so I got to wrap it up here. Thanks again to Andrew for loaning this for the review today. I just wish it fed the rounds like it's supposed to. I'm sure he'll look into that, but absolute joy to shoot. I was really surprised to find it had a 24-inch barrel, because when you shoulder it, it doesn't really feel front heavy. I mean, you can feel the weights there. It's got a longer barrel on it. It's no 16-inch carbine, but you know, I thought it was a 22 at most. I was even questioning whether it was a 20-inch or not because it balances so well. Got the tape measure out, and sure enough, it's 24-inch barrel. So even with that long barrel, it's got real good balance. It's not overly front heavy or anything. It's also pretty quiet shooting those high velocities with that longer barrel there. It gives you a real good sight radius. Obviously, the accuracy is really good. Like I said, I mean, out there at 200 yards, I can't even see what I'm doing. 100 yards, we didn't do too bad. And the front bead is like 3/4 the size of the target at 100 yards. So, I mean, with a scope, I'm sure this thing would be a freaking tack driver. I always loved the Marlins. I used to shoot the bolt actions and semi-autos back in the day. Never got to shoot a lever yet, and certainly didn't disappoint. Like I said, I just wish it was feeding correctly for us today. If you guys want to get yourself any products, see me using videos, like that shooting bag there, steel targets and more, links in the description. Check out the 22/rimfire playlist on the channel for well over 100 22 long rifle, short, Magnum, 17 HMR, etc. videos, including gel tests, and I got a lot more coming up. But I want to thank you guys for watching, and I hope to catch you on the next one.